I'm Sarah Morgan, and this is All Things Mystery. Today, we're going to talk about a story of incredibly beautiful people on the outside who crafted the perfect social media life, but underneath the veneer was a toxic relationship. On October 21st, 2021, Ana Abulaban, 28, and her male friend Rayburn Barron, 29, were found murdered in the San Diego high rise where Anna and her husband Ali had previously lived together. By all accounts, he was obsessed with her. Anna and Ali met on a U.S. military base in Okinawa, Japan, where Anna's father worked and where Ali was a soldier who was stationed there. She was born in 1993 to Filipino parents and went to high school on the base, and then graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in education from Technological University of the Philippines. Ali Nasser Abulaban was born in 1992 in Staten Island to Palestinian parents and grew up in Virginia. All of those who knew him described him as enjoying being the center of attention. In fact, at 14 years old, he was a singer in a band before ultimately joining the military. We'll describe it a bit more later, but he became somewhat famous on social media for his comedy skits. One of his favorites was Tony Montana, the Scarface character. Within a year of meeting her, Ali married Anna and took her back to Virginia, where they soon began expecting their first child, a daughter. Ali describes their life living in Virginia as perfect and living the American dream. He started as a TikTok influencer through videos he made, again, parodying some of his favorite characters, including Tekashi 69 and Tony Montana. Skyrim was also one of his popular skits. In 2019, his first video went viral, and he got 263,000 follows on Instagram, almost 1 million on TikTok, and 171,000 subscribers to his YouTube channel. Anna also began producing her own content for social media. Her posts showed her working out, spa days with friends, and nights out, with beautiful scenes of her and her husband and their daughter. In fact, a video from April 2021 captioned, "When your partner is your best friend," showed the couple dancing around their apartment, with Anna looking at Ali laughing, and another where she captioned it, "When you have a drama-free relationship," again dancing in the kitchen with her husband. Reality was far from that. After Ali's cousin Louis moved to San Diego in December 2020, the couple also moved there, where Anna had some friends. Ali also was trying to pursue an acting career, so it made sense for the family to be located in the California area. Anna's social life expanded once they moved, but Ali became extremely jealous, according to friends and family. Anna's friends did not like him, so she was frequently going out with friends without him. They described him as controlling, emotionally abusive, and arrogant. In early October 2021, Anna called the police to report that Ali had pushed her in front of their daughter, giving her some minor injuries. She said he also showed their daughter a loaded gun and showed her how to use it. At the time, their daughter was 5. On a video that he posted on Insta Live around that same time, he was heard yelling and swearing at Anna abusively, calling her a bitch and saying he brought her to America, who else would do that? He also called her an asshole and ungrateful mother effer. Anna was not seen on that video, but presumably was in the background. Anna had asked Ali to move out of their 35th floor apartment on Island Avenue in the East Village of San Diego, following a string of alleged domestic violence incidents. She had also planned to file for divorce and, according to friends, contemplated getting a restraining order. Ali's cousin, Louis Marineri, said he hung out with him just 3 days before the murders and said his cousin was acting strange. He pulled out a bag of cocaine on Insta Live and snorted it. The next day, Ali apologized and began talking about how much he loved his wife, but then ranted about her friends who had men over and cheated, and said his family were not in touch with him and did not support him. It became obvious to those who knew him that he was losing weight, doing cocaine, and drinking too much. Louis said once when they were out at a bar, Ali pulled out a huge bag of cocaine and put it on the table. When Louis said, "What are you doing, man? Are you trying to get us all in trouble?" Ali said no one could touch him and he could do whatever he wanted because he was Gin Kid, which was his handle on his social media accounts. The cousin thought that Ali's obsession with Ana was strange. Frequently, he would talk about how beautiful she was, in fact, pulling out his phone and showing everyone pictures of her, and that he would never let anyone else have her. Louis and his cousin Ali have been close since they were little. They spent holidays together and played video games. Louis believes that Ali became jealous when they moved to San Diego and Ana's social life began to flourish. Because her friends didn't like him, she was hanging out frequently without him, which made him furious. Louis said he had a text conversation with Ana about a month before the murders, making it clear that their marriage was in trouble. During another episode, while driving and drinking from a bottle of red wine on TikTok Live, Ali began to ask sexy women to reach out to him. Around that same time, it was reported that he began obsessively calling Ana. His friends had told him to give her some time and some space, but according to his cousin, he was living in denial. He was shocked by the divorce filing and thought that Ana wasn't serious and this would all just blow over. He had moved into the Mission Bay Hotel a couple of months earlier, but secretly, he had made a copy of the key for the couple's apartment front door. About 3 days after the incident on October 18th, he returned to their apartment when Ana was not there to trash it and also installed a listening app on their daughter's iPad. Later that day, he started listening to the app when he heard his wife talking and laughing with a man's voice. He didn't know whose voice it was, but he freaked out. Quote, "Oh my God, I caught her. I caught her. Oh my God, there's a man. There's a man." He got in his car and began driving to the apartment. He was saying out loud to himself in the car, "Don't have sex, Ana. Don't have sex, Ana. Don't do it." And he admitted to screaming that as he was driving back to their apartment. Just before 3 p.m. on October 21st, he took the elevator to the 35th floor. On the way there, he was cursing, praying, and crying, hoping his wife wasn't having sex with some guy. He got to the apartment, rushed to the door, opened the door, and also opened fire. Rayburn and Ana were sitting together on the couch. He rushed around the couch where he shot Barron 3 times in the neck, cheek, and back of the head before turning the gun and shooting his wife at close range in the forehead. Surveillance cameras captured him running out of the elevator toward the apartment just prior to the shooting. After he did this, he went to pick up his daughter from school and allegedly told her that he had hurt her mommy. He then called his mother and confessed, and after that, he called 911 to report the shooting. His story with the 911 operator was that he came home to discover the couple shot and he wasn't responsible. Instead of staying on the phone with the 911 operator, he said he had to go and hung up. After tracking his location via his phone, the police found him. He was arrested approximately 45 minutes later in the car with his daughter while driving on Interstate 15. He had a gun with him. He was subsequently booked into the George Bailey Detention Facility in San Diego. According to the police reports, the San Diego police responded to reports of a shooting about 3:10 p.m. October 21 and found 2 people with apparent gunshot wounds to their upper bodies on a couch in the living room of the Abulaban's 35th floor unit at Spire, the San Diego luxury apartment complex. Paramedics pronounced Ana Abulaban, 28, and Rayburn Cardenas Barron, 29, dead at the scene, according to Lieutenant Andra Brown. 24 friends and family packed the court at the preliminary hearing. On January 7, 2022, a San Diego police officer testified that they were called 9 times to the couple's apartment in the months leading up to the shooting. Unfortunately, Abulaban was not arrested in connection with any of those incidents. It's so disturbing, but this tends to be what happens when domestic violence incidents occur and no one wants to press charges or the police feel like it will blow over. Neighbors also testified that a month before the shooting, Anna knocked on the door asking to use their phone to call the police because he had hit her and taken her phone. At the preliminary hearing, Mr. Abulaban pled not guilty to 2 counts of murder with special circumstances. The judge also issued a protective order for him to stay away from his daughter. Prosecutors allege Abulaban believed his wife was cheating on him with Barron, though Deputy District Attorney Taryn Brast said Anna had moved on from their marriage long before the shooting. Brast said the couple had been separated for quite some time, but the defendant continued to pursue reconciliation with his wife. According to preliminary hearing testimony, the fallout of the Abulaban's marriage was precipitated by incidents of domestic violence and indications that he had been cheating on his wife with other women. Ali had several outbursts during the prelim hearing, including what sounded like him calling Anna a bitch during testimony. He also started screaming, "Do you think I wanted this?" and that his life was destroyed. The judge had to reprimand him several times. He also started sobbing and saying "my baby" when the autopsy photos were shown in the courtroom, which was quite disturbing to Anna's family. Against any defense attorney's advice, Abulaban later gave a jailhouse interview to Fox 5 about what happened that October day when his estranged wife and her male friend were shot dead. He said he had gotten there that day and found Anna and Rayburn kissing with his feet on the table. Quote, "When I opened the door and saw what it was, that effing broke my heart," he said, shouting into the jailhouse phone at the time with the reporter. "To see her kissing Ray on my couch with his feet on my table with my wife, my money, my apartment, my life, in the house that my daughter sleeps in, on the furniture that I put together. What do you expect a man to feel?" Unquote. He also said that he felt like he was in the passenger seat of his own body. Remember, he had previously said on the 911 call that he walked into the apartment and already found them shot. And now, in the interview with the Fox 5 reporter, he's saying, "What do you expect a man to feel?" When asked if he shot his wife and Barron, he refused to answer the question. Allegedly, he confessed to his mom that he killed his wife and Barron and accused his wife of cheating. Prosecutors said Anna's friend Barron was just that, a friend. During the Fox 5 interview, he denied confessing to anything and could not explain why prosecutors would claim that. During the interview, he spoke at length about him and Anna's relationship and about starting to make his TikTok videos. He said they moved to San Diego in February 2021 from Virginia. He repeatedly called their time in Virginia perfect. He told the Fox 5 reporter that he missed making his videos. He said, "It's everything I have. It's my baby. I love what I do." Remember, in the same interview, he's describing the circumstances where his wife and her friend were murdered, allegedly by him. He also told the reporter he wanted to become an actor and that the weekend before the shooting, he was in LA at the Comedy Store and was close to getting an agent and speaking with producers. Per Anna's friends, he was controlling and he didn't like when her friends called. In fact, he would answer her phone and ask what they wanted. Casey Conroy, best friend to Anna, said that Ali was a bad guy and accused him of being selfish and said there is nothing good about him. Casey said she couldn't believe it when she got the call in October. She had just been texting with Anna about what they were going to do for Casey's birthday in 4 days. Casey grew up with Anna while they were both living on that U.S. military base in Japan. They went to high school together on the base. She describes Anna as a beautiful person inside and out. She was there when Anna and Ali met, and she also said he was obsessed with her. She described him and that he was in the military but got kicked out. She said that she tolerated him for Anna's sake, but decided to speak out publicly after hearing his jailhouse interview blaming Anna's partying for their marriage problems. Her take is that he is the one who is all about the high life and described him as saying, quote, "I have a blue check on Instagram. Do you know who I am?" End quote. Again, there's the arrogant vibe that all of his friends and family who knew him described him as having. She also mentioned that he carried a gun on him at all times, and once, when they were driving around in the car, he joked about shooting up a place. Although initially denying ever using drugs, he did later admit that cocaine made him violent and aggressive when he was on it. Ali told the reporter he's broken and devastated that Ana is gone. He claimed to just be trying to save his family and felt like it was slipping through his fingers. Likely story. Ali has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, allegations of using a handgun in the slayings, and a special circumstance allegation of committing multiple murders. This means he could face the death penalty if convicted and if the prosecutors choose to pursue capital punishment. He has pled not guilty and remains in custody without bail. Most recently, on January 24th, 2022, a judge ordered the TikToker to stand trial for the murder of his wife and Rayburn Barron. 3 months after his arrest, Abulaban's TikTok and Insta accounts and YouTube account remain active. His cousin Louis said in an interview given to the news, "It's really sad to say, but I hate him. I have so much anger towards him, and I hope they punish him to the full extent of the law because he deserves it." I discovered through my research that Ana's family started a GoFundMe account so that her remains would be able to be taken back to the Philippines with her family. If you are a victim of domestic violence, the National Domestic Violence Hotline allows you to speak confidentially with trained advocates online or by the phone, which they recommend for those who think their online activity is being monitored by their abuser. You can reach them at 1-800-799-7233. They can help survivors develop a plan to achieve safety for themselves and their children. Leaving an abuser is the most dangerous time for a woman and her children. We are praying for peace for Ana and her family and friends as they mourn her loss. And even though those who have been charged with a crime are innocent until proven guilty, we also wish for justice to be served in this case. Thank you for listening today. Please connect with us on our Instagram account, All Things Mystery, our Facebook page, All Things Mystery, and our YouTube channel, All Things Mystery Podcast. If you like what you hear, please also give us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. We hope to hear from you soon.